health care reform recently changed to health insurance reform because they think that they can get your goat up by calling it health insurance reform. Nancy Pelosi believes that she can further aggravate the masses against the rich, greedy corporate insurance, which, by the way, the government will need these huge corporate insurance entities to stick around in order that the government might run its own plan, because who are these people, the Omen and the Pelosi's, other than people who just promise their constituents so much stuff that they just keep on getting elected and you keep on buying stuff for their constituents. But you think that's the right thing to do because you're the same party as those pukes. What a sucker you are. They don't care about providing you with health care. I know, they say that. Their object is to make everybody, voters, citizens, families, afraid of not voting for health care. And if you would rather not have a government system, if you're a Republican congressman, if you're a conservative voter, once they get the health care plan started and you have a sick relative, first Obama's people and Democrats, they told everybody, if you like their health care, you can keep it. Then they told everybody that if they do elect to keep their own health care, it will be taxed as income. Actually, they did not tell you that. People who started to read the bill told you that. This will cause people to drop out of their employee health care plan, should this bill be passed. People who are getting taxed for their health care plans that they like better at the time, and once they start to get taxed on them, they won't like it, and they'll get out. Once more and more employees in that company get out of the health plan there, the company will be charged more for that health plan, because buy in bulk, that works with the health care plans of companies also. You and your wife and your family is joined up with 500 other husbands and wives and families in a health care plan at work. If the company's paying too much for the health care plans, they'll just drop them entirely. And from there, the health insurance companies providing plans to companies will have to charge more per individual in the company plan in order to stay afloat themselves, until they can no longer provide health insurance, and then they stop doing so. So once there's just like nobody left to provide health insurance for, except a few people, then the company just won't, they'll just go under. Then everybody comes running to the government, just the way Obama wants it, and the system will eventually be a single-payer system, just the way Obama wants it, just the way he told the SEIU several times, 2003, 2005, 2007. Every time he talks to them people, he tells them about the single-payer plan and how it will come about, as does Barney Frank. They disguise it, and what I have just told you in the past couple minutes will take place. I mean, it's only the natural order of things. They're almost like doing an anti-capitalist jiu-jitsu on itself, you know, using capitalism's own principles and force in order to topple it. It will eventually be a single-payer system here in this country, no matter what they tell you now, okay? Does it not matter to you that they're just lying their ass off through their teeth? Which is near impossible to do, except when you have like every single media agency except Fox News, AM radio, and sometimes the Wall Street Journal on your side. Like I was saying in the beginning, because, you know, if you have a sick voter or two at your house, you will be afraid to vote for anybody other than the ardent and enthusiastic supporters of the government's single-payer plan, because, oh, you do love them, but you don't really want to pay their doctor bills, do you now? At election time, Democrats, or whatever candidate is running who favors the government-provided health care, or if already implemented, favors more funding for more coverage, other improvements, or other added benefits, will scare the voters out of voting for the other guy because he or she voted no on the initial plan. See, once in place, it will stay there and will become another third rail that nobody had better vote against, just like the Department of Education. Ever since they established the Department of Education, we have public schools, no matter how crappy they are now, if you don't vote for more money for the public schools, you don't care about educating our children. Even though that's probably not true, you just don't like to see your money wasted. That's their message. And it's the same thing with the health care plan. If you don't vote for more dollars for health care, oh, you don't care about people being sick. You don't want to see people get better. You don't care if they die, do you? See, nothing is as it seems. Every one of the Omen's plans for reforming this, or rescuing that, or repairing or rebuilding or reshaping or remaking America is designed to set off a chain reaction of events previously hidden, but showing themselves one at a time, raising their ugly heads above the surface, standing tall as dominoes and then falling unpredictably in one direction or another, which they have predicted, but you have not. And then once you see it, you go, wow, I could have had a V8 like him, then I would have known what was going on, could have done something to stop it. Most of the policy talks about sound good at the outset because of the vagary and generality and non-specificness and platitudinousness of his statements. Sound good to people who spent years in public schools getting, a brain full of ideology, growing up dependent on government for much of their lives, and seeing no harm in becoming more so, having been, fed the mother's milk from a tender nipple of a sow, and having reached maturity without ever becoming weaned from that nipple, and thusly having developed into a full-grown lass who herself has well-developed breasts and pumped out offspring which are now suckling her breast till they are full-grown and they are still suckling, and now their breasts hold plenty of milk for their young infants, and it goes on and on and on. The culture of dependency, exactly what Omen wants. Since these folks have been told to vote for nothing but Democrats since forever, for whatever self-interest benefit that they believe they will derive from the perpetual election of Democrats, or, because they have been given the undertone of a feeling that some injustice and abuse of the past finally be set right, and someone will bring justice to them, because this bringer of justice will make others pay for alleged wrongdoings to the benefit of the Democrat voter. The Omen has also said nothing to discourage that line of thinking by Democrat voters. He just keeps on promising people hope. Hope for what? Hope that I don't get run over tonight. Hope that maybe an attractive young lady will make sexual advances toward me, or will not stop my sexual advances towards her. I hope there's more beer in here. Obama didn't even have to do that one.